The Funeral is a 1984 film by Japanese director Juzo Itami. Itami is probably best known for Tampopo, a zany film that some have called a ramen western. That movie became an instant favorite when I first watched it. I feel less enamored with The Funeral, though I did enjoy it overall. The premise is simple. A man dies, and his friends and family gather at his home for a 3-day funeral ceremony. Compared to Tampopo, a film of vignettes and outrageous scenarios, The Funeral is reserved, feeling more like an Ozu film if Ozu moved his camera and shot explicit sex scenes in the woods. The film can feel a bit dry at times, though interesting, focusing much of its runtime on the minor details, rituals, and customs that go into the funeral. How much does a coffin cost? What is it like to carry a coffin up a flight of stairs? In what direction should the head of the deceased face once he's set on the ground to be mourned? What gift should be offered to the priest when he comes to do his work? And so on. A lot of these scenarios are played as comedic, and while the humor doesn't always land, we are ultimately left with a fascinating look at a culture. As stated before, it's a much more conventional film than Tampopo, but there are scenes that stand out for their creative choices. A sandwich handoff between moving cars is rather amusing. The aforementioned sex scene adds some needed drama and vitality, and a black and white handheld camera segment set to the music of Bach adds poignancy. The film's other poignant moments are well realized. We feel it when characters are no longer able to hold back their emotions. We ruminate on the transitory power of death when the film takes on a more contemplative mood. It's similar to Ozu here in that it never feels sentimental. I was struck by the varying degrees of finality that occur. There's the death itself, then the placing of the body in the coffin, then the nailing of the coffin, then the puff of smoke in the air as the body is being cremated. Each of these acts is a moment of further realization for the mourners. We leave them, credits rolling, as they clean up after the ceremony. There are more tasks at hand. Life goes on. And so I go on to the next movie. I'll give this one 3.5 stars out of 5, and I look forward to seeing what else might be up Itami's sleeve. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.